Good morning, squad. MadMizzy Sports is back, or MizzyWorld Entertainment is back to present another episode of MadMizzy Sports in the AM. And we got a great episode today. Got to break down Sunday night football. My primetime predictions went down to 8-6 overall record throughout the primetime games of the regular season so far. So I got to break down that. It's the return of the Mac. Everybody want to use some pop culture reference because Mac Jones had 3 wins in a row. Mac who? Mac Jones. Mac who? Mac Jones. You feel what I'm saying? So I definitely got to speak on my San Francisco 49ers and Mac Jones finally rearing that ugly head of his that he's been showing in New England and Jacksonville the past few years. How about those Cowboys? How about them Cowboys? We definitely gonna speak on them. That's a part of the rundown. Got to speak on Shador, the Cleveland Browns, and Dylan Gabriel, how that's gonna play out. Jordan Love and the Packers is will Jordan Love be the Achilles heel for the Green Bay Packers? I think he has been so far. And then I'm gonna give my primetime Sunday night football predictions for the doubleheader tonight of the Bills at Falcons and the Bears at Commanders. But we started off, of course, on Sunday night football where I took another L, another wrong prediction. I took the Lions in this game. I just didn't see how. Again, every time I say I don't see how the Chiefs gonna keep up with a certain offense, they seem to come out there and be explosive as hell. You feel them? Where the hell did Hollywood Brown come from? Travis Kelsey found a fucking time machine or the fountain of youth or something? I don't know. You dig what I'm saying? Only 4 carries for David Montgomery, and he had 24 yards on 4 carries. What's that? What's that? 7 yards a pop? How y'all only giving him 4 carries and he getting 7 yards a pop? Like I remember the first drive he came in, he cracking them jaws. Get off me, get off me. But y'all just keep handing the ball to Jahmyr Gibbs. Come on, bro, get this man the pill. The defense, I don't know what was going on outside of Aiden Hutchinson trying to apply pressure. You had Kirby Joseph trying to make it happen. Brian Branch out there doing a thing. Alex Azaloni and Will Campbell, but I that defense just to me didn't show up the way I expected it to. And like I said, I know the defensive backs were dealing with some injuries as far as Brian Branch and Kirby Joseph, but y'all were out there all game. You know what I'm saying? Getting cooked on. You feel what I'm saying? So that just can't happen. But it was a get back game for the Chiefs. I felt like the Chiefs were a lot more aware that the Detroit Lions beat them on Banner Night 2 years ago. I felt like Patrick Mahomes had a lot more um, motivation to win this game. You seen off of that option pitch, and he ran up the middle. You know that was the same exact celebration he did against the Eagles. Whenever he do the, oh yeah, he want to talk that trash. He want to get in your mid. He want to make this a shit talking game. You feel what I'm saying? So once Mahomes start doing that, he's fully involved, fully invested in winning that game. You feel what I'm saying? So, uh, wrong prediction. Again, it was a learning lesson in my opinion. Don't go against Patrick Mahomes in must-win games. Went out there with just slinging that thing. You think about 257 yards on 22 for 30 passing, 3 passing touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown. Just a MVP performance from the two-time MVP Patrick Mahomes. Chiefs got their lick back, but it's so much parity in football right now that any given game can go like this. You get what I'm saying? Like I thought the Lions would keep it rolling just like they did against the Ravens. They know the Chiefs is a good team in the AFC, so you want to keep that flowing, especially knowing that you might have to see them in another big game. You don't want that hanging over your head of a 30 to 17 loss, but they lost. You feel what I'm saying? And they lost badly. So again, this learning lesson was don't bet against Patrick Mahomes in winning situations. And honestly, um, it's so much parity in the NFL right now that you really got to dive into these games. You can't just go from week to week. Like I was feeling like yesterday, like, dang man, is the Chiefs really gonna lose back to back games in Kansas City in Arrowhead? You get what I'm saying? So I should have took that into account, but it is what it is, man. Still 8-6 on the year, still got a winning record, and I'm feeling good about how my predictions gonna go later on, but we're gonna say that for later on in the show. You dig what I'm saying? But we here for this, man. It's the return of the Mac. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to come in with a pop reference because it's Mac Jones. Everybody, he win one game. Mac who? Mac Jones. Mac who? Mac Jones. This the person that Kyle Shanahan really wanted. This, that, and the third. And he went out there and he proved to be the Mac Jones that I was expecting, honestly, from start one. The Mac Jones that he showed in the preseason. The Mac Jones that he showed in the games that he came in and replaced Trevor Lawrence while he was in Jacksonville. And the Mac Jones that he proved to be outside of his rookie season in New England. That's turnover prone and a statue. He does not move well, and he's turnover prone. You get what I'm saying? You think about 2 interceptions yesterday. He had a fumble that he recovered, luckily. You feel what I'm saying? But that could have easily been 3 turnovers, and that's his MO. You feel what I'm saying? Is to go out there, sling the ball around, because when you're not a mobile quarterback, you got to get the ball out your hands, right? You know what I'm saying? You got to get the ball out your hands. So if you run into a defensive coordinator or you run into a smart system that's going to box you into a corner or have you throwing passes to defenders all the time because they just dropping in the coverage or this, that, and the third, they know your scheme well, then you got issue. You feel what I'm saying? So to me, it's not a thing of me being happy that we lost or anything like that. It's just like a reality check to the San Francisco 49ers fans, bro. Brock Purdy is not Joe Montana or Steve Young. This dude, Mac Jones, is not Steve Young or Joe Montana. They not Jeff Garcia. You feel what I'm saying? And then when you think about Jimmy G or any of those dudes, man, this is where I'm getting tired of, bro. Why when it comes to the San Francisco 49ers, you get a couple wins and everybody want to crown you? You feel what I'm saying? Jimmy G won the last 5 games at the end of the year when nobody really playing for anything. They make him the highest paid quarterback ever. Now you're backup. Never, you know what I'm saying, never really was a starter again in the NFL. You get what I'm saying? Same thing with Brock Purdy. We tend to forget that he was Mr. Irrelevant for a reason. It wasn't like the Niners was the only team that passed over him for 7 rounds. Every 31 other teams passed over him for 7 rounds, bro. But we forgot that he was Mr. Irrelevant because he came in and he won 6 straight games, 7 straight games. Let's not even give the person that we traded 3 first-round draft picks to acquire a chance to even win the job. We all know that was a BS quarterback competition when it was Sam Darnold, Trey Lance, and Brock Purdy. You get what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, Sam Darnold looked like he might be the best quarterback out of all of them. So how the hell did Brock Purdy come out on top? You feel me? So, I mean, I'm ready for a rebuild. I'm not even going to lie to y'all, man. I'm tired of this mediocre back and forth bullshit, bro. Because you know what I always say when people want to yap, you got to close the deal. When all the fucking Eagles fans was talking trash to me last year, I said, oh, y'all better close the deal. And they did. You feel what I'm saying? So when I go out there and I'm talking my trash, what was that 2 years ago? You know what I'm saying? Oh, we got Brock back, this, that, and the third. We got to seal the deal. You can't have Chris Jones coming through the offensive line unblocked, untouched. You feel what I'm saying? So it's sad to me, bro, because everybody want to talk about Kyle Shanahan as this quarterback whisperer, but he doesn't know how to extract the best out of the quarterback. Like he can get to the quarterback to his ground floor, but he doesn't know how to get that quarterback to take the next level. Because if he did, we would have at least 1 Super Bowl ring. We was up in both Super Bowls, multiple double digits, if I'm not mistaken. So if you had a quarterback that could just make a play here or there, the game is over. We got a Lombardi, and I can talk my trash and be able to, you know what I'm saying, jab and go back and forth with my fellow Eagles fans, my fellow Philadelphians that are Eagles fans. You feel what I'm saying? Because right now, I ain't got nothing to say to Eagles fans. They got 2 Super Bowl rings in our time watching football. I ain't see one. You know what I'm saying? We got one in my lifetime. I was 3 years old during that. You feel what I'm saying? So we got to get back to winning and prioritizing winning. You feel what I'm saying? San Francisco, realize it's been the Michigan Wolverines had won 2 national championships since we won a Super Bowl, bro. It's 150 fucking schools in college football, bro. You didn't have Bama, that was a dynasty. You didn't have USC, that was a dynasty. Texas, that came in. OSU, Ohio State. And Michigan still won 2 national championships since the last time our San Francisco 49ers hosted a Lombardi trophy. You feel what I'm saying? Hoisted a Lombardi trophy. It's sickening, bro. We come in here, we know that these quarterbacks are average. We done seen it. They win a couple games with Kyle Shanahan, and because he's the media darling, it's like we're the opposite of the Cowboys. No matter what we do, oh, we're the media darlings. We ain't win as many fucking Super Bowls since the Cowboys either. So I'm not getting it, bro. I'm not getting it. We got to apply that same pressure, bro. We got to apply that same pressure. Because I don't think that Jim Harbaugh should even been going. He probably should still be coaching my Niners. We probably would have a Super Bowl ring. But that's besides the point. Return to the Mac. I told y'all, man, like, we be too eager to crown these dudes in San Francisco, man. Way too eager, bro. Everybody not Joe Montana and Steve Young, bro. Everybody not Brett Favre. A diamond in the rough, you just fine. Like, most of these dudes are who they are because you got scouts that they dedicating their lives to this, bro. So we'll see, man. But Mac Jones looked like he was breaking down yesterday. Where's Brock Purdy at? Is he healthy? We lost Fred Warner. That's the jersey that I have for this iteration of my San Francisco 49ers. Not CMC, not Nick Bosa, not Brock Purdy, not Jimmy G, not Raheem Mostert. Fred Warner, 54 is the jersey that I got. That's who I wanted to support and represent. And we lost him. Man, it's sickening, bro. And I've been telling y'all this. Yeah, we 4-1, but we ain't no 4-1 team. We had to lose Fred Warner for y'all to see that, bro. We wasn't a 4-1 team. We should have lost to the Cardinals, should have lost to the Seahawks. A play here or there, and those games getting out of control. Seahawks look better than they do in week 1. You feel what I'm saying? Cardinals, that's a whole different story. But should have lost to the Rams. I don't like the way my Niners moving. I'm ready for a rebuild, man. Might be time to get John and Kyle out of there. I'm ready for a rebuild. You know what I mean? Let's move on now. How about those Cowboys? How about those Cowboys? How about them Cowboys? You feel what I'm saying? What typical Cowboys game? To lose to the Carolina Panthers in Carolina, 30-27, after back-to-back impressive weeks. 2 weeks ago, y'all tied with the Green Bay Packers after hosting Micah Parsons, bringing them back 40-40. Y'all put up numbers on the Packers defense. Oh, let's go. Let's go, Dallas. Y'all got some heart. See, y'all got some fight. Come back the next week, y'all beat the Jets. Oh, y'all getting the win y'all supposed to get. Then go down there to Carolina, have Rico Dowd put up 183 rushing yards right down y'all throat, bro. I'm watching the game because I like the Panthers a little bit. I root for Bryce Young because I just want to see him get right in his head. You feel what I'm saying? And that shit was right up the middle most of the time, right up the gut, not on the edges, right up the gut. Get off me. It was huge holes. Get off me. You feel what I'm saying? So to see that, it was typical Cowboys, man. When they want to, they will play up to certain teams. But other than that, they're going to come out there and just go through the motions. They just going to play ball, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm watching the game yesterday, and it's like, oh, George Pickens is a monster. This dude is unstoppable. But, I mean, you can't go to him every play. And it seemed like they was trying to go to him every single play. You know what I'm saying? Like, first off, how about y'all try to use him as a decoy now? Because y'all know the Carolina Panthers they key in the eye on him. But the Panthers like, no, we just going to keep letting him eat. And then when it hit critical crunch time, we going to double him up. Y'all ain't going to know what to do. And we going to get the ball back. And that's exactly what happened. They got the ball back. Last drive was about 6 minutes. They milked the clock. Game-winning field goal. That's something you can't happen when you traded away your best defensive player because, according to you, y'all can't stop the run with him. Well, y'all couldn't stop the run y'all can't stop the run with him. But y'all can't stop the run without him. 216 yards on the ground to the Carolina Panthers? Come on, bro. What are we talking about? You know what I'm saying? 183 yards to the running back that was there last year. So it showed that y'all probably shouldn't have gave up Rico Dowd, and y'all probably, we know for a fact, y'all shouldn't have gave up Micah Parsons. That was just ego tripping right there. You feel me? So typical Cowboys. How about them Cowboys? And yeah, man, it's going to be good for us. It's good for TV. It's good for sports conversation. It's good to go back and forth. You feel what I'm saying? And honestly, like I said, with the Steelers not winning of recent, my Niners being in the same boat, we ain't won since the 90s. They ain't really got no pressure to really keep it flowing. So hey, it is what it is. But same old Cowboys, when they go up against a heavyweight opponent, they gonna get slumped. If they go up against a team that they not prepared for, they gonna get slumped. But if they go up against these slouches, I mean, they gonna look good. You feel what I'm saying? If they go up against a team that they motivated to play well against, they just not gonna get embarrassed. You feel what I'm saying? Because you think about the Eagles game, they still lost, and the Packers game was a tie. So, and you still got embarrassed by the Bears. And you lost in Carolina to the Panthers. So, not a ideal situation for the Dallas Cowboys. What, fall into 2-3-1 right now? Yeah, 2-3-1. Not a good look. Not a good look. Let's move on though. Let's get back over to the AFC side, man, where we got the Cleveland Browns, where they were not in a matchup with the who did they play yesterday? Who did the Cleveland Browns play yesterday? The Pittsburgh Steelers. And the Steelers, they was trying to get them options, trying to give them this, that, and the third. But you think about what Dylan Gabriel had 30, 40 plus attempts, only 1 yard, only one attempt that was over 20 yards. So he was just dinking, dunking, trying to take care of the ball. But that's also a reflection of the Cleveland Browns. Like a lot of people saying that in reference to Shador and trying to get Shador into the starting lineup. But it's like if you was watching the game, that offensive line is horrendous, bro. That offensive line is garbage, bro. And Shador, I don't know if y'all heard Shador talk, but he doesn't think of himself as a mobile quarterback. He doesn't think of himself as a Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, Jaden Daniels. He does not. He sees himself as a Joe Burrow. And what happened to Joe Burrow behind a shitty offensive line? Hurt his rookie year, torn ACL, and now he out for the year with turf toe. Right or wrong? So the thing to me that I'm so frustrated about when it comes to this whole Cleveland Brown situation in general is that pop culture, black culture wants to make it racial. I want to ask y'all a simple question, man, because I got into this debate, and everybody knows if you follow me, I thought Shador was the best quarterback coming out of the draft. I was completely wrong. He's not better than Cam. He's not better than Jackson Dart. Sorry. He's just not. You feel not right now, he's not. But at the end of the day, you also got to look at it like, why? Like somebody told me that it was a message to Dion. What's the message to Dion? Why would the NFL not like Deion Sanders, who helped build the Atlanta Falcons brand, who helped bring back the San Francisco 49ers and Dallas Cowboys brand, the two biggest brands in the National Football League, while being great for media? It wasn't like Deion Sanders was Marshawn Lynch and he was showing up to media and he wasn't answering. He was saying, "Y'all know why I'm here." No, Deion was coming and talking and giving the media something to talk about. Deion was actually on. He was a commentator. You get what I'm saying? Like he was on NFL Network. Why would the NFL want to send a message, a negative message, to Deion Sanders? Why? Why would the NFL not like Deion Sanders? When he helped them make money, he helped build the brand. Why? I think if they were sending the message was, we don't think Shador is that good. That's what the message was. I don't think it was a message about, oh, we got to put these black athletes in their place. I don't think it's that. Cam Newton walks around very cocky and confident. Uh, Cam Ward walks around very cocky and confident. That we were just going to ignore what he was saying during the draft process. Uh, Caleb Williams, like I'm confused, bro. I actually think Deion Sanders' father helped him. I don't know if Shador Sanders is recruited as a D1 quarterback if his dad's not the coach. I don't know that. None of us know that. None of us know. You get what I'm saying? Let's not forget these are the same people that try to push Lamar Jackson to be in a wide receiver. So without the protection of Deion Sanders to saying no, Shador is going to be a quarterback. He's an NFL quarterback. Who knows what the other coaches would have did with Shador Sanders? Even though he's not that athletic, so it's not really any other position he could have played on the field. But I'm just and shocked that y'all are so willing and so eager to throw Shador Sanders behind this garbage offensive line that has no weapons. You feel what I'm saying? Like Jerry Jeudy out there, yeah, but he be dropping passes left and right. You feel what I'm saying? Like Jerry Jeudy got traded away from the Denver Broncos for a reason. Jerry Jeudy was exposed by Steve Smith for a reason. And that's your number one wide receiver? That's who y'all want Shador to just be thrown into the wolves with? That shitty offensive line with no weapons besides David and Njoku? Y'all don't know football, bro. You got a bunch of people that's coming out the woodworks that didn't watch college football and barely watch NFL football outside of the Philadelphia Eagles. Stay in your lane and stay in your place. Shador is going to get a shot, but the sad part is he's going to get a shot where quarterbacks go to die anyway. I don't know if he'll be anywhere near close to what Baker Mayfield was in his years with the Browns. And guess what? The Browns still got rid of him. The Browns still got rid of Baker Mayfield. You feel what I'm saying? So, best of luck to Shador. But y'all got to stop making this into a racial thing or a bad thing. And if that is what y'all think, then why do y'all watch the NFL? Why do y'all support the NFL if y'all really think that they drafted Shador Sanders in the 5th round because he's black and he's the son of Deion Sanders? Why do y'all support the NFL? That's just weird to me if y'all really think that. Let's move on. Let's get over to another quarterback that everybody is high on, but the stats ain't bearing to show the high praises. You get what I'm saying? Jordan Love is another one of these quarterbacks that everybody wants to throw ahead of Jalen Hurts. And I got to ask y'all, do y'all really think Jordan Love can take the Green Bay Packers to the next level like Jalen Hurts did for the Philadelphia Eagles? Because I haven't seen it yet. It's still a question in the air. Like, I just don't know where the love for Jordan Love came from. You feel what I'm saying? All puns intended. I don't know where the love came from. You feel what I'm saying? Like, he had a great game 2 years ago against the Dallas Cowboys in the in the wild card round. He had a pretty good game the next game against my San Francisco 49ers, but he imploded in the second half, had the turnover issues, which didn't go away. Ever since those turnover issues in the second half against my San Francisco 49ers in the divisional round 2 years ago, they haven't gone away. That interception against the Bengals yesterday was horrific, bro. You running, you're outside the pocket, you throw it back inside, the ball gets tipped by a defensive back that overruns it, that probably would have picked it off if he would have just slowed down a little bit or anticipated the throw a little bit more. He tips it up, and the defensive back behind him picks it off. So you just threw this shit into no man's land, Jordan Love, and he always do that. Like, when you look at Jordan Love interceptions, it be head scratching. It be like, bro, what are you thinking? You feel what I'm saying? So for me, Jordan Love got a lot of maturing to do, a lot of growing up to do. It's so much talent on that Green Bay Packers team. When I look across the board, when you think about Matthew Golden, you think about Romeo Dobbs, who been shown that he's going to make the tough catches, the contested catches, and he's a deep threat. Then you got Tucker Kraft. Come on, bro. Like, that's a top 10, top 5 trio of weapons. And that's not even me bringing up Josh Jacobs. You feel what I'm saying? So for me, Jordan Love has a lot of maturing to do, a lot of growing up to do, a lot of understanding of NFL football to do. You feel what I'm saying? Like, a lot of the stuff that people be saying about Jalen Hurts, I feel like it applies to Jordan Love because a lot of his interceptions are like head scratching, idiotic, boneheaded interceptions, bro. Or like scared, nervous, let me get the ball out my hand interceptions. You get what I'm saying? Like, and you can't have that when he's the leader of your team, a team that's stacked. The Packers are stacked, bro. And the only way they're not going to win the NFC is if Jordan Love implodes or doesn't play up to his standards or our expectations. You get what I'm saying? So, listen, man, Jordan Love is clearly the Packers' weakest link. 19 for 26, 259 passing yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. You feel what I'm saying? That's okay, but that ain't good enough. You feel what I'm saying? When you go up against tougher opponents, you feel what I'm saying? That ain't gonna cut it once y'all face the Lions again. You feel what I'm saying? The Lions gonna come in there prepared in that rematch. So Jordan Love got a lot of looking in the mirror to do, in my opinion. And He's definitely not better than Jalen Hurts. I just posted this on my Facebook and on Threads. Like, could y'all imagine if Jalen Hurts was the quarterback of this Packers team? They would be talking about this Packers team like y'all was talking about the Eagles last year. This shit is cheating. You get what I'm saying? Like, you can't always put it on the talent, but then when other quarterbacks have that talent or better talent and don't do the same thing, but y'all don't want to talk about it or y'all don't want to chime in on it. You get what I'm saying? Just like Justin Herbert. Yeah, he won last yesterday, and he had a great play in a clutch situation, but he just lost back-to-back games to Jaden Daniels and Jackson Dart. You feel what I'm saying? So we got to stop doing this where we just ignore the results. You feel what I'm saying? So Jordan Love, you got to do a lot better, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, those interceptions are horrendous, and they're going to come to bite the Packers in the ass when it comes to the playoffs and making a Super Bowl run if you don't get it fixed. Simple as that. You get what I'm saying? Now let's get over to the primetime predictions. Your boy Papa needs some new shoes, man. I gotta get baby girls some new outfits. You feel what I'm saying? I gotta get back on a winning streak, man. I think I'm on like a 2-3 game losing streak as far as my predictions and prime time go. You feel what I'm saying? We got another doubleheader on Monday Night Football. I'm loving the double headers on Monday Night Football, especially when I gotta work, even though I'm off today. You feel what I'm saying? But when I'm at work and I know that I can come back home and catch a bunch of that second game, that's always beautiful. And watch most of the games while I'm at work, that's always a beautiful thing. You dig what I'm saying? But we got the first game tonight of the Bills at the Atlanta Falcons. Buffalo favored by 4 points on Fanatics. On ESPN, I think it's 3.5 points, but on Fanatics, where I put my tickets in, is 4 points. The Bills favored by in Atlanta. This is a tough one, man. You got the Bills coming off of a loss last week, a close loss to Drake May and the New England Patriots. Then you got the Falcons coming off of a bye. The week before that, they beat Marcus Mariota and the Washington Commanders in Atlanta. I'm gonna go with the underdog in this one though, man, because I feel like I said, the Bills they kind of they don't really come in and put they throw it on people next. And you think about, I think James Cook is a back that a lot of defenses don't really know how to prepare for because it's not a lot of backs in the league like that. But Bijan Robinson is a better version of James Cook, so I think the Atlanta Falcons defense will be well prepared, well versed to handle James Cook. So I'm gonna go with the Atlanta Falcons in the upset. Give me the points. I think Bijan Robinson is gonna go over 30 and a half receiving yards because they got Matt Milano that's out for the Buffalo Bills. They got their defensive tackle that's out for the Buffalo Bills. And the Buffalo Bills gave up a lot of passing yards to Stephon Diggs last week. They gave up a lot of pass. You had Zay Flowers that scored in week one. You had DeAndre Hopkins that scored in week one. You had Tyreek Hill that scored when he faced the Dolphins. So I think that the stars always kind of get off on the Buffalo Bills. They don't really key on the stars too much. So give me Bijan Robinson in the over in the receiving yards and give me the Falcons with the points in the upset. I'm going with the underdogs in the first game. Then in the second game, we got the Bears at Commanders with the Commanders favored by 5 points on Fanatics. I think it might be 4.5 on ESPN. But again, I put my tickets in on Fanatics. So in this game, this matchup, man, you got a rematch of instant classic from last year where Jaden Daniels beat where the Washington Commanders beat the Chicago Bears on a Jaden Daniels final play Hail Mary. You had the safety from the Bears talking to the fans of the Commanders. It's back in Washington. I'm gonna go with Washington, and I think they're gonna make more of a statement this year than they did last year. I look at how the teams went after those games. The Bears went downwards, the Commanders went upwards. You think about Deebo Samuel being a great asset for the Commanders. They coming off a bye. I think they expecting Terry McLaurin back this week. You expecting Jaden Daniel? Well, no. I don't think the Commanders coming off a bye because they beat the Chargers last week. But you got Jaden Daniels getting a little bit more healthy. They coming off of a win. They coming back home. Monday night game, prime time, and we know how the Bears is. And like I said, I think these games always come down to turnovers as well. We know if it's going to come to turnovers, it's probably going to lean more towards Caleb Williams than Jaden Daniels. Caleb Williams has always been more turnover prone than Jaden Daniels. So that's my predictions for the doubleheader on Monday Night Football this week. Let me know what y'all think. This is MadMizzy Sports in the AM, Mizzy World Entertainment. Like, comment, share, subscribe, listen, alert. Mizzy World Entertainment. Have a great week. Have a great Monday. I'll be back Thursday. Squad.